Hey, and welcome back to Jackie's Garden Spot. I am Jackie, growing in Zone 8B, Alabama. On today, we will look at the damages that were left from the frost that happened on Monday here at the Garden Spot, and we will look at next steps that we are taking, some changes that are occurring here at the Garden Spot. Come on, guys, and let's get started. Let's start over in this area first. So we're going to do the good, the bad, and the ugly with this garden tour. We're talking about the frost damage. So these are the collards. Now, we came in yesterday and we did harvest some of the collards out. So the collards are still looking fairly well. They took the frost and they kept ticking, kept going. And so in here we have a little discoloration. So what I think I'm going to do today is I'm going to come in and go around the edges and take off some of those burnt leaves and some of those leaves that are just on the ground, because we don't want to invite a lot of bug pressure there. See those leaves on the ground? We're going to take those off. So those are our collards. We also have some more collards scattered around through the garden. The onions did well. Of course, that pepper, I missed that pepper. It didn't do so well. So I am coming in and pulling that up as we speak here today. Let's get that out. And whatever this is, it probably was another pepper, but we're going to pull that up. We got another pepper right there we're going to pull out. So the onions are still looking good. We're going to leave those. And then that comfrey plant is still looking good. Our peas look okay. We're going to leave those as they are. And then going on, our blueberries are doing their thing and they're going to do what they do across the winter time, and they'll be ready to go ahead and give us some blueberries hopefully this coming spring. I need to pull this pepper up as well. So yeah, we got a lot that we got to clean out today, um, because it just didn't do so well. So trying to leave as much of my soil into the ground as I can, but we're going to just toss these over and keep going along. I'm building a pile and I'll come back and clean up that pile a little later today, but we are cleaning out the garden. And on this row, remember, we did start some new turnips coming. So they did well with that frost. And then in this area, we planted some turnips. They still look well. They look good. That one, it's turning a little bit green. Remember last week I told you I was a little worried about that one, but it seems to be coming along. And then we have our other collards on this row, and they are doing well. I do need to come in and harvest some of these bigger leaves. Look at that big old leaf right there. So we are going to come in and harvest some of these out. That one got a little burnt from that frost. I need to cut that out. So we do have things that we need to take out and cut around. We do need to plant out some more seeds because we're going to be a little empty after I go through all of this frost damage today. This broccoli got a little damage. See those leaves there? But I think what I'm going to do about this broccoli, and see right here, what I'm going to do about that is I'm just going to probably come in and clip out those bad parts, because for the most part, it still looks good in that center. And that's the part that we are most concerned about, the center part of that broccoli, because that's the part that gives us what we need to eat. Some people eat the leaves. I haven't done that yet, but yeah, see all of that damage. I'm going to cut that out. So I am coming in and cutting that out today. And we're just doing a walkthrough, guys, just to show you the damage so you can see. And we're going to do as much as we can today on camera. That one still looks good. I just need to cut some of that out. So we do need to clean up here and there. This one, oh, look at that. Can you see that head? Very pretty. So we're going to come in and cut some of this off, and hopefully we will be fine. I do know that I do need to plant out some more. leaves. Look at that that cabbage head. So pretty. That's another one. Very pretty and coming along. That's a broccoli. It's looking good. That one we probably gonna have to cut out some, and I think that it'll be fine. That one in there is probably gone. That one seems to be doing fine. For the most part, this row seems to be good, and let's go down the next row. So just bear with me, guys. We're coming along. I just wanted to go through each row, and we're looking at it together today. This one, damaged. Oh my. You see that big head of broccoli, guys? Looks very good. So I think what I'm going to do is just cut the damaged parts off. I think that they were doing well before the frost, very well. And that one seems to be doing well in there. Can you see that? So for the most part, the broccoli was doing very well. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Come in, cut off the bad parts, and then we'll see what happens from there. This is the cauliflower row. It's expanding and doing well. And I think I called myself giving everything enough room to grow. However, it seems to just doubled in size. And so I don't know, but it's as long as it gives us food. I think next year it's a learning curve for me this year. Next year, what I plan to do is space it out more, give it more room to grow. And that's what I may do on the other side of the garden where the melons were. I'm gonna, when I replant, reseed everything, then I'm gonna give it enough room to spread out and grow here. Uh, that must be a cauliflower, but it seems to be doing well again. See down in there, I'm gonna come in and cut those bottom leaves off and give it more room to expand, give it some air. I don't I think this one is gone. It's leaning over and all. May not be. We'll see. We'll see once I pick it back up. I did stake it, but it did fall over. We'll see what happens. We'll come in and look at that. Um, this one seems to be gone, so I'll pull it up today. This one is a little burnt. I'm looking at it. We're assessing. This one may be gone. I don't know. I'll look more closely. Those are pretty much gone. So I do know that we are definitely reseeding. And let's go down to the next row. These are our mustards in here. That one leaf up top is pretty burned. I think that it'll be fine if I get that leaf off. That one seems to be fine. These for the most part, except that one is fine. These are laid over. Those were the uh, red mustards. I don't know if they're gonna make it. Looks like they're gone, so I have to reseed for those as well. And then my rutabagas. Remember, we had cleared off some rows and we replanted out just last week. That whole row I think is gone. Um, we're gonna see though, but I do know that we have to trim a lot off. And then these were the Alabama blue collards. They seem to be okay. They seem like they're gonna bounce back as we are going along. You can see that. Yeah, they seem like they're gonna bounce back with a little bit of attention. I think those blue collards will be fine. Now on this row, this was the latest row that we planted out, and these were the rutabagas. And I don't think that they made it too good. We may be able to keep one or two, but for the most part, that one's gone. That one can be saved. That one may be okay. That one can be saved. That one. And then for the most part, the rest of them, we're pulling up. They are gone. So we'll need to reseed that. And then we just cleaned out our melons not too long ago because, of course, you know the melons were definitely not going to make it throughout. But then we ended up with 3 melons. Now, this one will probably be sweet. We don't know. That one's probably okay, but this one is still green underneath. And so I know that this one was not ready at all, but we ended up with 3 melons. So lesson learned from successive planting these melons. So these melons were planted out in July. So I know that if I'm going to successfully plant melons from now on, I need to do that maybe in June, like after that first harvest of melons, then replant those other melons out in June to give them time to give me another harvest of melons. Although we've been eating melons all summer long though, so I can't complain about that. The melons did us very well this year. And then guys, let's go back. Remember I told you I wasn't going to mess with that banana tree anymore. So look what the frost did to that banana tree. I didn't expect it to live. I really wanted to cut it on down, take it down because it's really like an eyesore out here. But the husband wants me to keep it. He wants to do an experiment. He wants to see what's going to go on with this banana tree. So there it stands. I don't think it's going to come back at all, but we'll see. Anyway, moving on to the grow bags. So in our grow bags, the frost didn't do us well here. Those Brussels sprouts didn't stand a chance in there. Look at that. Not good at all. We will have to replant out seeds, as I keep saying. And then these were the cauliflower. Some of those did well. Let me move that out of the way. And then they're burned pretty bad though. So we'll see. We'll see. We just know that we do have a lot that we do need to cut out of here. So I did want to come in right quick and show you what's going on here at the garden spot after that first frost and what all we are up against. I will come in a little later and trim off those leaves and cut out. I do want to come in and harvest off some of these turnip green, not turnip greens, but the collard greens, and cut them all the way back so that we can start anew with these. So I will be harvesting some of those. We already have some put up for Thanksgiving, but I will be harvesting off some more, just washing them up and probably putting them in the freezer and saving them for another day that we want to have greens. So for the most part, it didn't do a lot of damage to the garden spot, but there was some damage done, as you can see right there with all of those burned leaves. So let's look on the other side of the greenhouse and see what damage we have there. On this side of the greenhouse, the comfrey is still doing beautiful. Look at that. It's even blooming, guys. So the comfrey is still doing well. I did come in and pull up some lettuce that was burned back. This lettuce is still seeming to do very well here. So it's doing well. Our strawberries are still doing good. Our carrots are still doing good. This calendula, I don't think it made it. It's drooping, guys. So I don't think that our calendula is going to be saved. Look at that. But no, but I did get some calendula off of it. I may cut it back and just see what happens with it. We'll see. We'll see with that one. And then let's look at our green. Well, look at the moringa. It's gone as well. I didn't expect it to stay. I knew that it was a matter of time. So I do need to come in and cut that down. And then let's look at our green stalks. Our green stalks, for the most part, they look pretty good. Our 7-top turnips are at the bottom of the green stalk. They seem to be growing and thriving and surviving. And then on the next level, which is here, we had our rutabaga. It did very well in the green stalk with the first frost. They're thriving and surviving still. And then on this level, we had radish. I think that's coming up here. And then we had, what else? Arugula. So it's doing wonderful, doing very well. And look at our spinach. It's finally coming along. That spinach is coming out. And then we had some beets that we planted here and there. Some of those are just now peeping up. And so I did come in and put in some straw, as you can see right here. But I guess from the storm, some of it blew out. I will come back in and put some more straw in there to insulate it from all of the cold. And in the empty spots where nothing came up, I will come in and have to reseed some more things in. And then let's look at the top of here where we should have. In the top, we have our onions. They're still doing wonderful. Looks like that one's getting thicker. So our onions are still doing wonderful. And look at that, guys. We got to get him out of there. Bug. Then let's look at the other one. Our turnips in the other green stalk, they are doing well. See that? And then on the next level, this is our rutabaga. Looks like that leaf was burned. But for the most part, they did do wonderful. And nothing came up in between here. So I am coming in and put something there. The arugula is doing beautiful. The nasturtium did not make it. Looks like it went on to the upper room. And then moving up here, the spinach. Look at the spinach. Very pretty. Very pretty spinach. And then nothing else came in. Those other seeds did not come in. So something's there. So let's see. Those were the beets that we had there. And then look at the onion in this one. Doing very well. So I do need to come back in and put some more straw in here in each little pocket so that it will be nestled in to seal in moisture and to kind of contain it from all of the cold weather, from getting frostbitten. So we'll do that next. Okay, let's come in here. That's just grass. So I'm gonna come in and put down some of the straw. I'm not trying to put down a really, really large layer or a thick layer, but we're trying to put in something here to nestle it in. With this one, I don't want to too much cover up the plants. It's a windy day out, so I picked the worst day to try to put this straw in here, guys, because it's blowing everywhere. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Let me bring you closer. And with this one, it's stuff already coming up here. Seedlings already coming up, so I'm just going to do it that way and nestle that in. We have some at the bottom that I need to get in here. With this one, I don't want to completely cover up everything, but I do want to get some in there. And I think that should do it. Let's go up a level. I need to do that row. Hopefully you can see that. I'm trying to get it where you can see as I am doing it to show you what I'm doing here. And those ones that I need to reseed, I'll just come in and move back the straw, plant the seeds in, and then water in, and hopefully it will be strong enough to make it up through the straw to grow through there. It normally does, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, so that's that layer. And then hopefully I'm checking the the onion layer. Let's move up another layer. See if I can get those in there. We have a little in there, but I'm going to add a little bit more to nestle it in. And I think that takes care of, oh no, it doesn't. That one, we have one more. Gonna do that later. And so we're gonna move over to the next green stalk and we're gonna do the exact same thing. Okay, and we're gonna nestle in these turnips. Turn that one. I think that one has enough. Gonna put a little more here. I don't want to completely smother them, so that's why I'm moving it around there. We have that one. Now we're going to move up to the next level. Hopefully you can see that. So this is one that I do need to come back in and reseed because it's nothing there. But I am going to go ahead and put in the straw so that when I come back to reseed, all I need to do is just move that straw back, and it should be very rich soil under there after that because it is sealing in that moisture and insulating our plants for the ones that are in there. We have some seedlings coming up, so I'm not going to do a lot here. Not going to put a big layer there. That takes care of that layer. We're moving up to the next layer. Hopefully you can see that very well. And we have a lot of seedlings in here, so I'm just going to come in and sprinkle in just to insulate. We have a lot of seedlings coming in, so that layer did very well with this particular green stalk. That arugula is doing awesome. Okay, that takes care of that layer. And then moving up again to the next layer. Hopefully you can see that layer. That's another one that I need to come in and plant something. That one has some seedlings coming up, and this is the spinach. And then let's see about this other layer. Onions. Let's see what happens with that one. And let's get this layer with the onions in here. They seem to be coming along very well. All right, so those are the green stalks nestled in. I wanted to come back on and show you as we are trimming up how much healthier it's looking and better already. So it's looking much better. We still have a lot more to do here. And I'm going to fertilize very well. And hopefully it'll be off and running once again. So I did say we needed to discuss next steps. As you can see, there are empty spots here. We are going to fill some of these in as our seedlings come along. But in this area, we have ordered onions from Dixondale. So I'm keeping this area clear for those Dixondale onions. We do order from them every year because I don't do well with bulbing onions. So we'll be getting those in. We have our green onions here. With these onions in here, I'm going to transplant some of those to the grow box, and I'll show you the grow box in just a moment. But then let's pan over to this empty area. My plan is to fill these in with more greens, more collards and turnips and mustards. And then, as you do know, we have that area over there where the melons were. So we're going to fill that in with some greenery as well. So those brassicas will grow across the winter time. So we want a full garden across the winter. So that's our synopsis of the big side of the garden for the winter months. Let's move on. We're moving inside of the greenhouse now. And so in the winter time inside of the greenhouse, I like to put, it's called the stackable. So it would go probably in this area in here. And I'll show you that as we assemble that probably on the next time. And then we will need to come in and replenish this grow box right here. This is a grow box that was a gift from my mom. I did put it inside of the greenhouse. I will come in, replenish the soil, add amendments, and we will grow something in here as well. Probably lettuce, onions, maybe some carrots. I don't know yet, but we'll see. I'll have to go inside and look back at my planner and see what I had planned in this area. This is the grow box that is closer to the back part of the house that I put the lettuce in, and I normally put things in that we can just run out here and grab out and then go back in and add to our dinner. So we have lettuce, we have green onions growing in here. I will come back in and put in some more green onion transplants from the bigger garden in this area in here. And then we'll plant in some more lettuce. I may drop some cabbages and some radishes in here so they can continue to grow on. And then look, guys, we got a unicorn. Let me show you that one. Look at the volunteer marigold. Very pretty. So I thought that it was very pretty. I wanted to show you that. I call it a unicorn. But yeah, so this grow box is ready for more things to go in it. Remember, we had the tomatoes in there, so they didn't do well with the freeze either. So they are gone now. So all of our summer crops are gone. We are now in full fall and winter months. As I continue to work out the good, the bad, and the ugly here at the garden spot, I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you learned something that you can use in your own garden spot. And until the next episode, be well and be blessed. Bye, guys.